Okay, now we will go on the first step in quantitative chemical analysis, which is to understand and define the problem. So what are the problems that usually encountered in forensic cases? Okay, be it civil cases or homicide cases. Most of it is you want to know what is the cause. Okay, you want to know what is the reason the forensic cases happen. Okay, so what is the problem is you want to know what caused it, what is the reason. Okay, what need to be investigated? Do we need to investigate human specimen? Do we need to only investigate the waste product from the human specimen? That's the thing that you are asking yourself when you are doing chemical analysis. Is it qualitative or quantitative? I already explained a lot in previous slides. The question after that is what type of sample, we already covered just now, and who will use the information. Most of it is going to be the court. But what if you are doing routine monitoring? Okay, routine monitoring for example, a shipment coming from China. You want to monitor what's that. So the one that's going to use the information is the custom. Okay, and who do the routine monitoring for custom in Malaysia? Most of it is Jawatan Kimia Malaysia, Department of Chemistry Malaysia. It is to provide evidence for possible cases if, let's say, have the illegal shipments coming in and so on. Okay, when will the result be needed? Usually it's ASAP. Okay, but it is not as crucial in normal chemical analysis, whereby it is acceptable to get the results within a few weeks. Okay, and how many samples are to be analyzed? Okay, let's say if JKM receives samples, okay, if let's say it receives 50 samples per day, then it need to plan what kind of instrument that can enable them to finish the chemical analysis within the given time. If let's say the court give time for several weeks or months, then they can manage to identify all in 50 samples. Okay, after you define the problem, you want to know, okay, I know the problem already, I want to use what kind of instrument, how accurate my data I want to be. So you have to think on how accurate by looking at how sensitive the analysis method is. Okay, what is the budget? If it's a governmental, maybe this is not a constraint, but if it's industrial, okay, private sectors, budget is usually the first reason you want to analyze this in a very cheapest manner. Okay, how the sample will be obtained? Okay, how many preliminary treatments steps you want to do? Okay, what kind of that? So as I said just now, this part, sample pre-treatment or sample preparation, is the longest part in a chemical analysis. Okay, from my experience on doing hands-on, this is the longest part of them all. Okay, the second step of a chemical analysis is the literature search. I mentioned about standard method. Okay, where you can get the standard methods? Most of it you will get from standards organization. Who are they? They are the organization that pool, validate, and also confirm methods to be used for everybody in the world. And this usually consists of American Society for Testing and Materials, ASTM. You might hear about them before. And Association of Official Ethical Chemists. Okay, for any chemical analysis, be it from food and beverage, and also from pollution and so on. But what if you have like pharmaceutical and drugs analysis? You can refer to APHA. Okay, find out what is APHA and let me know inside our WhatsApp group. Okay, so now ASTM and AOSC. Okay, these are like the standard golden methods for most commonly found analytes in the world. Okay, ASTM and AOSC usually are downloadable from their respective websites, but you have to pay for the documents. Okay, it is not cheap, but most of the time service lab or forensic lab or even chemical lab usually wanna buy the document because this is the standard method that is acceptable worldwide. So you have no choice to use to find this and also to use this. Okay, for example, over here, standard test method for volatile matter in the analysis of sample of coal and coke. If you have coal and coke samples, you want to analyze analyte of volatile matter. Okay, usually is polyaromatic hydrocarbon, or you can also analyze gaseous. Okay, and the second one from AOSC is this one. This is the standard method I use and I like adapt the method inside my thesis during my PhD is the how we want to analyze paralytic shellfish poisoning toxin in shellfish such as mussels using liquid chromatography. Liquid chromatography is the chromatography for liquid sample in liquid stationary phase. So if let's say you are working in Department of Chemistry Malaysia, you will see this a lot. Okay, what if you have samples with analytes that are unknown and there's no available standard methods? Okay, that's where the published methods comes in. You can refer to online scientific and technical journal paper obtained through research activities. When it's research activities means that it already goes through all these 9 steps of chemical analysis. So these are the work done by researchers all over the world and published inside a very good journal. Okay, how do we know if it's good journal? If let's say you go into analytical chemistry, for example, the website, you can see that the impact factor is around 6 or is it 5? Okay, I'm not sure because it is updated every year. Okay, so if let's say you found that impact factor is 6.5, and I believe their method has been reviewed by good expert people around the world for it to be published and be used by everyone in the world. Okay, so remember about the impact factor as well as the legitimacy of the data. For example, Journal of Separation Science is a good journal having impact factor of 2.8. Electrophoresis, impact factor of 2.8 as well. Okay, and then we have Journal of Chromatography A or B is between 4.5. So anything that is impact factor more than 1.5 is considered okay. Okay, this means good lah, very good. Means that their method is novel enough, very like efficient enough for everyone to use. Okay, you can find this. Okay, this is the example of analytical chemistry website. Mana impact factor dia? Okay, this is the impact factor 5.825 in, I don't know, this is in 2014, and now maybe it increased up to 6.5. Okay, it increase or decrease every year. This is the example for Analytical Chemical Apta, ACA. The impact factor over here is this one. You can see, this is very useful for you to understand and to practice on finding articles, especially when you are going to do your dissertation. When you are going to do your dissertation, if you cannot find standard method, this is how you find literatures. Okay, you can also refer to textbook, cooking book. Cooking book in a chemical analysis means that the instruction or procedure given by manufacturer of instrument. Okay, that's what we call as cookbook lah. It's not cooking book like in Martha Stewart, but anyway, you can refer to this. Okay. Okay, after second step done. Okay, first step identify problem, second step you search the literature, and then from the literature you read about, okay, if I want to analyze for example mercury in fish, I should use standard method AOSC number 251 for example, and then you choose that method already. Okay, when you are choosing it, you also have to ask yourself, okay, does the method suitable for me in terms of the logistic, okay, or in terms of the practicality? Okay, what are the factors that you want to know? Okay, is the equipment, for example, if it suggests spectroscopy, is spectroscopy available in my lab? That's the first thing. If it's not available, then you have to find another method, or you send it to other lab. I only have chromatography instrument. Can I detect mercury? Yes, you can, but not straightforward. Okay, you will learn about this a lot in forensic instrumentation. And if let's say I have spectroscopy, but do I have the detector that the AOSC suggests? If you have, yes, proceed. Okay. Are the methods valid or certified? If you are using AOSC, then it's valid. Okay, but you have to verify again, means that you run again and see if you can get the same data. How accurate the method from AOSC will give me? Okay, if it says that it will give you 95% accuracy, that's good. How low I can analyze, I can detect my mercury inside my instrument. If it's stated very low, then it's good for you. Okay, and what are the cost if I run mercury analysis using spectroscopy? Is it cheap or is it expensive? Then you have to look at this. So this kind of asking yes or no, and also the procedure is usually done by the chemist, by the scientist, not the technician, because technician is the one that who do the analysis. You are as the forensic chemist or ethical scientist, ethical chemist is the one who is behind the proposing the best method that you select. Okay. Importantly, can it be automated? This is very important in routine lab. Okay, JKM use this a lot. They even invest in buying autosampler because they receive 50 to maybe 200 sample per day. We don't know. So usually quad want this very fast. Therefore, automation is very crucial in routine monitoring. But is it crucial in research and development? Okay, not as crucial as in routine monitoring lab. Okay, the classification of analytical method, we have wet chemistry method, whereby there's no instrument involved. All you did is precipitation or titration. So that's what we call as wet chemistry method without the instrument. Okay, like this, volumetric method. And then we have separation method. Separation method is a chromatography method whereby we separate like 10 analytes in one sample into 10 peaks. That's what we call as separation. And then we have spectroscopic method, the interaction between the analyte and electromagnetic radiation. And you will learn about this with Dr. Afiq's class. And then we have electroanalytical methods whereby it measures the electrical property.